So if Dak, in fact, is offered 80, that's at least it's fair. You could say it's not great, but it's fair.
That's more than fair considering there's no state tax.
Okay, there's no state tax. And again, I'll
That's
throw
an extra
this
6%,
in.
9%, 6 to 8% in his pocket.
Okay, and you are the quarterback of America's team, and you do get endorsements, but I'll leave that be for now. Right. I'm just saying that the average annual of 35 is more than 33.5 for Jared Goff and 32 for Carson Wentz.
Right.
Remember, Jared Goff, #1 overall pick. Carson Wentz, #2 overall pick.
Okay.
That guy, #135. But he proved it. He came from nowhere, and he proved it.
Right.
It's Brady-esque.
Right.
Except in the 11th hour, he didn't do what Brady did pretty much from the start, which is say, okay, that's a fair offer. I'll take that.
Right.
It may be a little under market, but I'll take it.
Right.
No, Todd France dug in and said, we want, and I'm going to tell you what I reported from the start. I'm going to stand by this here today. I don't know the exact numbers, but I do have one source pretty close to these negotiations. And what did I tell you from the start that he told me? This agent, Todd France, is overplaying his hand in this negotiation, that they're a little too far, they're a little high here, they're a little unrealistic, and I was led to believe this was north of 40. So the first couple of years were more 41, 42, or somewhere in that ballpark, but I don't know that for a fact because I didn't get an exact number. I'm just pretty sure it was north of 40.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes wound up with 45 average annual. We can argue his contract all day and all night. It's 10 years, actually 12 with the on top of the 2 that he still has on his deal.
Correct.
Okay, 12 more years, but 45 annual. Didn't get that much up front. But the point is, he wanted to get in that range of 45-ish.
Right.
And yet, he has not proven yet what Patrick Mahomes has proved. Patrick Mahomes won the MVP, and he won the Super Bowl MVP, and I cannot take that away. I'm not as big a fan of him as you are, and yet I remain a fan of his until this moment when I think you're still being a little unrealistic. I get it that you don't want your contract to be rendered prehistoric overnight when Deshaun signs.
Correct.
I get that.
Right.
But there's still some reason to be had here where you say, gee, maybe I should get a little bit more in the ballpark of 35 a year. So I don't know. Did he say, okay, I'll come down to 38? And Jerry said, no, I'm stuck at 35. I don't know this.
Right.
But there's a huge X factor here that Jerry Jones is getting roundly condemned for. Why didn't you just pay the man? And I keep asking, how much? So how much more? I want you to tell me, how much more should Jerry have gone above 35 to pay for a guy that you don't believe in? You've never liked him.
Skip, before I answer your question, the tip-off should have been when he changed agents. Now, remember when Anthony Davis shifted agents? I say, Skip, he did that for a reason.
Well, that was to get here.
I said, because Anthony Davis is a max player. Hell, I could get him max money.
You easily could have.
So,
Anthony Davis could get himself max.
Right.
Yes.
So he theoretically didn't even need an agent.
Correct.
Because he already knew he was a max player, and he's going to get maxed out. When Dak Prescott went from his agent, and I don't know who he was, to Todd France of CAA, Dak felt like, you know what? The guy that I have, Jerry can run over. Jerry, and he can talk him into getting signed a lower deal than what I'm worth. Let me go get somebody that's been in these rooms, that's taught. Skip, for me, once Dak says, hold on, I keep hearing Jerry and Steven say, oh, I'm a franchise guy.